Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of I Watched It So You Don't Have To. This time around, we are going to be talking about the movie Plane. Was anybody actually waiting for this video? Commercial pilot Brody Torrance has to make an emergency landing after his plane sustains damage from a lightning strike. He soon realizes that the island they've landed on is Jolo, a remote area of the Philippines run by a heavily armed militia. This militia tracks down the plane and their leader takes the airplane passengers hostage. Meanwhile, international rescue experts are struggling to locate the plane and they're running out of time. Brody is left with no other options but to free Louis Gaspar, the convicted murderer he was assigned to transport, and the two of them have to save the passengers and find a way off the island. What an exciting movie. One thing that I thought that the movie did that was super unique and definitely caught my eye is the more technical side of flying a plane. Now, I don't know anything about flying a plane, so I don't know how accurate it was, but this element of the movie really stood out, especially in the beginning. Overall, the story is pretty wild, but I'm not gonna lie, the execution is actually really solid. I'm not even gonna go into the CGI because it wasn't that great, but everything else about the movie really outweighed it. The action in this movie is really fantastic. I really liked the fight choreography. The action really hit hard, and the pacing of the combat was really believable to the characters. There are a lot of moments in this movie that'll have you leaning forward or at the edge of your seat with how brutal and stressful it is. The movie gives you the stakes right up front, and Brody Torrance is a really easy character to root for, as is the rest of his crew. For what it was, the acting was good. Gerard Butler as Brody Torrance was great. I really like his action scenes and his character development. I really like to see him as the pilot. Again, to see the technical side and the mathing was really neat, but I especially liked when the movie got into the character as a father. There was a lot on the line for Brody, so there was a lot of drive and passion from Gerard Butler. Additionally, the relationship between Brody and his daughter was amazing, but this was all put on Gerard Butler's performance throughout, and he absolutely nailed it. Mike Colter as Louis Gaspar is fantastic. I really liked the character. He committed a murder, but the circumstances are unclear, so it's a wonder what his intentions are when things start to pick up in the movie. Colter plays the character well enough that he draws you in with what Louis's story might be, while also giving you so much of the character he is by the choices he makes. Alright guys, I watched it so you don't have to, but was it worth the watch? Absolutely, stream this one when it is available. Right off the top, I will say that this movie is rated R, but somehow I still found myself very surprised and laughing a lot when those moments of violence came up on screen. Beyond that, I will say that if you're interested in the genre, if you're interested in the cast, if you're interested in that wild story, definitely check this one out because it is entertaining. There are some loose ends that I do wish we got closure on, and I was asking a bunch of questions on my way out of the theater. But if you're looking for a solid action thriller featuring the toughest plane in the world, then this one's for you. And that brings us to the end of the video where I watched it so you don't have to. If you were listening on the podcast, thank you very much. I'm gonna leave a link to the podcast down below. If you're watching here on YouTube, leave the video a thumbs up if you like the video so I know you like the video. Comment down below. I don't know, I try to ask a question so I can get some comments, feedbacks, engagement back and forth with you guys. I want to say, how do you feel about commercial flights? Because I try to relate it to the movie, but if I've learned anything from my For You page on TikTok, now is not the time to be asking questions about airline flights. Let's see. What's your favorite movie featuring an airplane? What's your favorite Gerard Butler movie? We can salvage this, you guys, okay? Favorite Gerard Butler movie in no particular order. We love 300, Reign of Fire, Tomb Raider, Cradle of Life, How to Train Your Dragon, of course. And let's see, favorite movie featuring a plane? Snakes on a Plane, Final Destination, which absolutely counts, Con Air, Top Gun Maverick, Stealth, both of which absolutely count. Let me know your favorites down below. While you're down there, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss the next movie that I'm going to be watching for you. But until the next video, spread positivity, be safe, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.